Hi, I'm Amanda Skelton, an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today I'd like to show you how to make this card. I sort of call it a book style card because it looks like it's sort of been bound here. So this is the card we're going to make. This is a Christmas card I've made, and this is using really nice papers, if I can find out what it's called, the Whimsy and Wonder 12 by 12 papers. And these are the different papers, so I've used this one on this card, but these are gorgeous. I just love the colours in these. And then obviously they're both backs, two-sided even, and these are the other sides as well. So these aren't even particularly have to be Christmas, so even once you've used it for your Christmas stock, you can use it again for other things. So that's the paper that I've used for this particular one. Now the one I'm going to do today is actually for a birthday card for a friend, so it's not going to be Christmas themed, but it will be to show you the style of the card and how to make it. So what we need is, we need some cardstock, and I've got Very Vanilla here, but I used Whisper White or Basic White for the other card, and that's basically half a piece of A4 cut down the middle. So that ends up being about 4 1/8 of an inch by 11 6/8 of an inch. So basically it's half a piece of A4 that way, cut down the middle. And then you want to score it in the middle at 5 13/16, and then at 6 13/16. So you want an inch here, and that's going to become your inch here for the detail. Okay, so then you can fold that. And then you will fold that way, so that's your score lines there, so that's what you'll end up with. Okay, then you want some card. Now I'm using gold sort of mirror card for the background, and the large piece needs to be 4 inches by 4 5/8 of an inch, and then you want a piece that's 4 inches by 6/8 of an inch, so that's just a narrow bit to go there, but they're both the same height so that it mirrors it. And then you want a piece of designer series paper. This is a retired piece, and actually it was a Christmas piece, but I want the green for my friend who likes green and gold, and that needs to measure 4 1/2 inches by 3 7/8 inch, and that's going to become your front section. And then you want some card for your happy. So I've got a scrap of gold and a scrap of Very Vanilla to pick up the card base, and then another piece of card for I've got Christmas here, I'm going to do birthday, and instead of doing this design here, I'm going to use again, it's retired, but I'm going to use some ribbon, and I'm going to just do a little ribbon on the edge because it makes it look a bit more birthday. So the die sets I'm using is the Christmas cheer dies. Oh, and it's stuck again, I keep doing that. So this has got some really nice things on it. So it's got the happy, which creates this 2-level and 2-colour happy detail there. And then you've got quite a nice little detail, sort of dotted line. You've got some greenery, some stars, and if I just show you, this actually coordinates with the Words of Cheer stamp set. So you've got the stars, you've got the greenery, but you've got the outline. This large one here is the outline. Actually, look, there's 2 levels here. I forgot to say that. So you can also get cheer as well. So you could have Christmas cheer, and again, you've got the 2 layers there on this one, and you've got your greenery here to stamp out, and then you can die cut your holly detail there. So that's what we're going to use today. And again, I'm just going to use a birthday stamp for happy birthday instead of happy Christmas. And this greenery on here isn't particularly, it's not like it's ivy or anything or holly, so it doesn't particularly come across as Christmassy, so I can get away with that. Okay, so what shall we do first? Let's do the happy first, because we want that to stick, and because we're putting it onto mirror card, it takes a while to stick. So I'm going to do happy, the background as gold and the front as cream. So let's just get my cut and emboss machine You can do it both at the same time if you like. Just make sure you don't go over, don't have your stamps over your dies overlaying each other, otherwise they will break. So that's going to be my background. Ooh. Just retrieve that one, and then we're going to have Happy and the cream just to pick out the colour of the base. If you want to, you can pick out the colours, which is what I've done here. I've picked out the colours from the paper. So I've just decided to go for the colour of the base of the card, just to bring the cream back in. Okay, so we're done with that. Of course, if you're doing the Christmas design, you might want to die cut your leaves as well. Right, so let's just get my picker tool. Let's just poke out the bits we don't want, and then just poke it so we can take it out of its die. Okay, and again on here I've just got a couple of bits of detail to take out. There you go. So there you can see we have Happy just on front of there. So I'm going to use liquid glue for this. I'm going to use my silicone mat to stop the glue sticking to it. And just want to put some glue dots on your top layer. Want to place it so that it's still got your gold layer there. So just make sure you haven't got your sticky fingers. So I think that's going to be okay. That seems to be sitting okay on it. So you just want to let that dry. Just keep pressing it every now and then. So I'm just going to put that to the side for the minute. And now I've got glue all over my fingers, as always. Okay, so while we're waiting for that to dry, we can build up our other layers, and I'm just going to take that off of there for the minute and use that again. So we've got our larger piece of coloured card, or mirror card in this instance, and you just want to centre that on the section there. You want to make sure you don't go over the section that bends, and actually that's what we want to do first as well. I just see I need to trim the end off there. What you want to do as well is glue this section closed so that it gives you the book opening mechanism. So I always glue that section. If you glue this, you never know how far across you need to go, so if you glue that, then you know that that's definitely what you want to do. And you can just give that a good press. If you want to, you can do that just to give it a really good press and give that a really nice thing. Need to leave that to go. Okay, so I'm going to put my gold piece on here as well and line it up so that it's obviously the same height as the piece we've just put on. So you want to just line it up with that again. Make sure you avoid the scored fold. Okay, and then we can put on our designer series paper layer. There isn't really an up or down for this, I don't think. No. But if you are, just make sure you've obviously got it the right way up. Okay. I'm just going to place this on there for now. So now you can just see that the bringing the cream in, it just gives it a really nice contrast with the background. Okay, so I'm just going to let that dry for a minute. And then what I want to do now is, using my Very Vanilla card again, I'm going to stamp birthday. So I've got a stamp here which is from Itty Bitty Birthdays. I think it might be retired now, but there's lots of different stamp sets with birthday sentiments in. And I only want the birthday bit, and I'm going to use some gold ink, which is Delicata. I'm just going to do enough for birthday so I can see that it's done birthday there. And I'm going to put it on my card there. Right, you do have to be careful with this, it does take a while to dry. It's quite, but it gives it quite a nice sheen as well. So I want to just cut that. So I use my cutting. Let's use the cutting blade, shall we? Not the. So I'm just going to. So finished with that. So now you can see it just brings in the gold and the cream, so it's quite a nice effective card. And again, I'll just let it dry for a bit more, and then I'm going to use this ribbon, and you probably want about what do we want in inches? We only want to do a little bow, so I probably reckon maybe about 4 or 5 inches. So probably about 5 inches. So I just need to have enough to be able to play around with now. I don't know how different people do it, but I do it with like 2. I'll do it like I do a shoelace actually. You just need to make sure you pull it nice and tight. Right, so if you pull it quite smaller than you want the actual bits there, and then pull it, then you should be about right. And you might just need to twist it a little bit just to get the pieces going the right way. So that's going to go on the edge there. I'm just going to tidy up the things, and then as you can see, oh, what have I got on there? Just a bit of the gold of the edge, and then that is just going to go there, just to give it a bit of a glitzy look. So I can now glue on the happy. Roughly in the middle. Must obviously still have glue on my hands because I keep picking up the things, and sometimes it doesn't matter if you haven't got glue on the bits of sort of greenery at the back, because it's quite nice for that to come up. And then I'm just going to glue birthday. Again, just want to make sure it's straight. And then I'm just going to glue on, and I'm just going to use the wet glue again to glue on the just going to leave that to dry because it will take a while for that to dry. And that is the card. So I won't pick it up because that will fall off. But you can see how then I've made that. So using the same design, I've got a birthday card there, and then I've also got a Christmas card. Hope you've enjoyed watching this. As always, you can find the products at amandascraftedcards.stampingup.net. I'm on Facebook, Amanda's Crafted Cards, or you can contact me by leaving a message on this YouTube video. So I shall see you soon. Take care. Thank you. Bye bye.